tore through the Shantytown community on Joe Farrington Road. The fire so strong that it pumped smoke deep into the night.
And I hear people screaming, then I come on and I see.
Buildings just hours before homes crumbled into flames.
Certainly this is an obvious tragedy.
The community pulls together. Firefighters and police jump to the scene as many residents lose everything.
It's really sad because they are human beings just like every other human beings.
And we've got team coverage as the tragedy unfolds.
Residents of a Shantytown homeless tonight after a fire ripped through their community. Good evening, I'm Opal Roach.
And I'm Kendino Knowles. Well, initial reports indicate that fire destroyed between 40 to 50 makeshift homes and left hundreds with only the clothes on their backs.
Now the fire comes as government cracks down on those villages by giving landowners an ultimatum and a deadline to clean up those communities or face prosecution.
We've got team coverage tonight, starting with Charisma Robinson.
Firefighters battled the blaze for hours. They were called to tackle and investigate a massive fire that engulfed a portion of a Haitian village off Joe Farrington Road in eastern New Providence. When our news team arrived, some of the shacks were still standing, but hours later, those structures turned into debris. Intense heat could also be felt, even from a good distance away.
Due to the proximity of the buildings, that has been one of the things that has really contributed to the rapid spread of the fire.
Director of Fire Services Superintendent Walter Evans confirmed that the fire was contained late Monday night and only smoldering fire could be seen on the property on Tuesday. However, authorities could not determine at the time what actually caused the blaze.
We're going to go through the rubbles and then we're going to determine exactly what would have been the cause. All of those persons who were in the area where the fire took place we would have done our initial investigation, and then we will determine exactly where we go from there.
Superintendent Evans talked to reporters as he was updating Haitian ambassador to the Bahamas, His Excellency Antonio Rodrigue, on their initial investigations. The ambassador was concerned about the well-being of those who lost their property. He confirmed that Haitian embassy officials will also conduct their own investigation.
It's very terrible what's going on here. And all those people today, we don't know where they are, what happened to them.
Member of Parliament for the area, Ryan Pinder, calling it a tragedy for residents who lived here. As you can see behind me, many of the shacks are destroyed.
Certainly we in the community have come together before to assist in times of tragedy. This is unfortunately the second significant fire that we have experienced in the constituency of Elizabeth.
And so Pastor Cylinder St. Louis of Gospel Assembly Church appealed to Bahamians for help as many of his Haitian brothers and sisters had nowhere to go.
Now we need help from the Bahamian people with shoes, with clothes, with food, with anything they could help. We wait for them.
Fire officials worked into the morning to ensure that this fire remained under control. They also began the mammoth task of interviewing family members affected.
Well, that was our Charisma Robinson reporting. There's no official figure on how many persons lost everything in the fire, how many are missing, or who just packed up and left the area.
But most of the residents we talked to are concerned about what's next. Our team coverage continues with Altavi's Munnings.
First one was burning up, that's my one.
Adderley Adu has been residing in the Shantytown off Joe Farrington Road since 1996. He informed our news team Monday night that his home was the first to be destroyed in the fire, and he's already decided what he will do next. Now, where were you when you heard about the fire?
Then I don't hear nothing. Then I was in there on that night the fire then starting my way, a village road that time is coming. Then I see the fire. Then I ain't even take nothing on the house.
You weren't able to save anything inside your home?
Then what you see on me, that's all I have, nothing else.
So how do you feel now that your house has been destroyed?
Then one thing I could do, then as an guy would do my son and carpentry, then one thing I could do, then try get some places to live.
So you're not going to reside in this area anymore?
Yeah, I still here.
I was inside playing on my tablet, and then I hear people screaming, then I come on and I see.
We don't have an exact number of the people who actually live in this village, but we understand it's estimated to be in the hundreds. Now, some of them we spoke with are very concerned about those who experienced loss, as well as what will happen next.
They got a lot of families, they ain't got nowhere to go. It's all the people they had, the mattress, everything is wet, you know what I'm saying? It's very tough. Some of them ain't got no jobs, they ain't got nowhere to go, you know what I'm saying? It's tonight I'm really thinking about them, you know what I'm saying? That's very hard for me. But I don't know, what can I say about that? Only thing what I could say, to pray for them so God could help them out.
Since I was to catch a fire, someplace you go to an apartment to go in, they will not tell you how many people come live in there. Them do also many people come live in there. But them people can't live in the bush. Them can't live in the bad situation. How the government can help them?
Every country have immigrants. We understand that some of them are illegal. That's the only crime they committed. Illegal. That's the only crime. Other than that, they're not involved in anything else.
We were also informed Monday night that not only Haitians reside in this community, but a number of Bahamians as well. A resident only identified as Joyston gave us his account of what happened.
All of a sudden I hear fire. When I come outside, fire was in the back. So I started to see if we can control the fire, but it would get out of control. And when we started to throw the water, I called the fire engine truck. They started taking too long. So when the truck come, and the truck started to get the fire under control, and I walk out, and everyone was saying, the landlords come in and talk to the people, ask them if they move out yet. So the people them saying some of them already move out, some trying to move out, trying to find places to stay. And right after they leave, 10 minutes after they leave, the fire catch, and they see two gentlemen, whoever was, running in the back in black. You understand me? So this fire ain't catch on its own. Somebody have to catch this fire.
Altavis Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Well, it was back to the fire site early this morning for government authorities to see exactly what assistance was needed.
Our Charisma Robinson also returned to the site to get a sense of how things are going in the aftermath.
When we returned to the grounds around 10 this morning, the scene was a bit different. Reality apparently set in for many of those impacted by the blaze. Officials now say about 100 residents have been displaced. The feeling was somber, as representatives from social services and other agencies, including the National Emergency Agency and the Bahamas Red Cross, interviewed women, men, and children who lost everything.
She's unemployed and he is working, his wife is not working, and they have 2 children in school.
Social Services Minister Melanie Griffin visited the site before a cabinet meeting this morning. She says she, along with her team, were on the ground from Monday.
As the Minister of Housing would have indicated previously to the public, we have a multi-ministerial committee that has been working together to deal with the shanty towns in the country. So Social Services actually was in here from yesterday, from Monday, and beginning to take assessments. Unfortunately, of course, the unfortunate fire last night, where many persons, at least about, I think, 1 or 2 acres of homes would have been burned to the ground.
We're standing in the section of this large community that was destroyed. As you can see behind me, a few people are removing scraps from the rubble to be sold.
The fire is extinguished, and we will also tally up the amount of homes which were damaged. Because not only those ones that were destroyed, but there were several of them that had received fire damages as well.
As authorities continue their investigation, they're appealing to anyone with information to come forward. A few residents say they suspect arson, as their 30-day cleanup deadline is drawing near.
If this fire was maliciously set, we want to know exactly who would have done that, so that what we can do is we have an obligation and a responsibility to do certain things, and we will do just that.
Great Commission Ministries provided meals for residents today, and the Bahamas Red Cross will provide food parcels as well. Charisma Robinson, ZNS Network News.